Answer Vit. I'm going to be running through the true and false section on our practice exam. One quick thing to note at the very beginning. This is the title of my document, Answers Copy of Practice Mock Exam Number 1, Phil 15. You do not have that document. You have all of these questions, but you don't have that document. So the idea here is I'll give you the answers, but I won't give them to you in the document, right? You'll have to watch the video or just look on the screen. So I encourage you to take notes, or if you want to rewind. The best way to do this is to first try to answer the questions on your own and then see how you do. Again, this is part of generative learning, and it makes your learning more durable, which means you will remember it longer and it will be a more meaningful part of you and your knowledge. So I encourage you guys to do that. Okay, true or false questions. Number 1, Socrates is found guilty by his fellow Athenians and sentenced to death. That is true. That is just true. This is just a plot point that we need to know for purposes of the course. So it influences Plato and his view of democracy, which in turn influences the rest of the Western canon for philosophy. Number 2, one criticism of Polemarchus's notion of justice is that it is not always wise to have debts paid. Consider, for example, the case of a person angrily seeking the return of a sword or weapon. Now, this is a tricky question. The answer here is false, but it's false for an important reason. This criticism that it's not always wise to have debts paid and so forth, this is correct for Cephalus, remember, the older man who's the head of the household, but it's false of Polemarchus, because Polemarchus, remember, is the one who believes that justice consists of helping your friends and hurting your enemies, that sort of stuff. So this sentence is false, but it's false because it's tricky, not because of the criticism enumerated. So hopefully that's clear. In other words, I've blended Polemarchus and Cephalus together. So this is false because this is Cephalus's notion of justice. Polemarchus's notion of justice is different. All right, number 3. Here we go. Let's see if I can't make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Number 3. In Plato's ideal state, those with incurable sickness or illness will not be treated. True, this is correct. This is part of Plato's Republic that's striking and bizarre to us. It's definitely a totalitarian kind of state in the sense that it doesn't look like Plato thinks that humans are entitled to certain inalienable rights. Rather, the usefulness of the person is defined, the utility and worth, the value of a person is only in relation to his or her or their contributions to the state. So for us, this is terrible, right? This seems ridiculous. I technically have an incurable sickness, but I don't think that you would want to kill me. I'm still productive. And this is true for many, 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 many people, right? And so for us, modernly, this is a repugnant notion. But remember, I told you guys that the title, The Republic, is very misleading. This is not a republic that he's envisioning. A republic is some kind of democratic regime in a broad general sense where everybody votes, whether they're voting directly or indirectly or proportionally, whatever the model of democracy is. That's what a republic normally means. Plato's envisioning something closer to like a totalitarian state where the rights of the individual are highly, highly, highly abridged, if they exist at all.